What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Red Cup Review. Last week we had Grayson's party, so we had to kind of cut it short. We was cutting it too close, so we didn't do it. So welcome to the Red Cup Live. It's about time. And there's the fucking same mistake we always make. I got to figure out a way to do this. All right, great. So anyways, back to what we were saying. Welcome, everybody. Please remember to like the video. It really helps with the algorithm. YouTube Red Cup Review has finally been monetized, so I want to thank everybody that has subscribed and given us the watch hours. It has been a wonderful journey, and I hope to have you guys along for the next for the rest of the ride. Joining us tonight, we actually have the audio working, so that was a great thing. So big thumbs up to that. We got Baz, and his audio is working from the source wall. Yeah, he's
hello. Hello, people. Hello.
It's about time, man. And after a massive hiatus, the Planet Nibiru is back in the X Planet. You know, Red Cup and his boy Knickknack's Plastic Planet. Say what's up, Knickknack.
It's so good. It's been so long, guys. It's so good to be back on here on the Red Cup Review, coming at you guys from the Plastic Planet. I am downstairs here in the archive room of the Plastic Planet. And yeah, it's really good to be back with you guys. It's been a really freaking long time. So I'm glad all these issues and scheduling conflicts have been resolved. And yeah, we're back.
Yeah, man, this is freaking absolutely great. I'm like, if you were here, I'd kiss the side of your face and I'd give you a nice big bear hug, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, we got a lot of topics to cover tonight, so we're going to get right into it. We've sucked each other's dicks enough. All right. Last Red Cup review, real quick, I want to show you guys was this figure. This was the Mezco 112 Collective, the new Sovereign Knight Batman, and I waxed poetic about this thing, and it's a fantastic figure. As you can see, those lines are still on the body. For those of you that were complaining about the black lines missing, and what's great about it is that you can put them in all sorts of crazy-ass poses, and you don't got to worry about the material and the vinyl that's on most of the other Batmans kind of wrinkling up on you. So once you put them back, it snaps right back into place. So if you guys want to see more on this figure, go check out that review. Also, another pickup this week. Someone had already mentioned it. Kev's Matrix, what's up, brother? I got a new cape, a custom cape for my 92 Batman figure. I got this from Unreal Customs. You can catch him on Unreal Customs. He's on Facebook, so go check him out. The cape wasn't cheap. It was about $100. He's overseas, and it's amazing. He has like these thick, hard diesel wires running through each and every one of the striations that run through Batman's cape. So everywhere you see one of these lines is a piece of heavy-duty wire. It's really heavy-duty, and the wire doesn't stick out the bottom of the cape, which is really nice. And I just kind of slapped this on like 5 minutes before we went live to kind of show it to you guys and have him. We're going to put him off to the side as we take you through the show and start looking at some new pre-orders and stuff like that. All right. Hot topic of the night. We are going to start talking about Rob Just Fan writes, finally, why it says 7:30 and turns on at 8. I have no idea. That's something I will address maybe after the show. They're talking about the Big Chief Studios Flash Gordon figures that have been out and how they are a must-have, and they are pretty awesome. And if you order the Flash Gordon figure, he does come with an autographed plaque from Sam Jones, which is cool. However, I already have my Sam Jones right here. I always display them right on my television stand. I have them autographed in the Jets helmet with the number 19 on there. So I got.
There's a pre-order going on.
The pre-order's
out. Order them now.
Pre-order's been up for a week. You got to follow them on Facebook, man, or Twitter. I know you're on Twitter a lot.
What's the name of the big what?
Big Chief Studios.
Fucking stupid name. Anyway.
Big Chief. Kind of like the old notebooks we had when we were in like second grade. We weren't supposed to go on, you know. Big Chief and son of Big Chief tablet.
Do you have anything else worthwhile besides Flash Gordon?
They do Flash Gordon. They do the Bond figures, all the James Bonds. So they're doing Roger Moore now. I know that's a big thing for Knickknack, I would guess. They did, cool.
Yeah.
They did Odd Job. They did Goldfinger. They did
George
from Gold. No, they didn't do George yet. The only ones they did was Odd Job, Goldfinger, and Bond from Goldfinger. Now they're doing Baron Samedi, the girl. There's like a girl in like a red dress with her hair. Some one of the hot Bond chicks, not the blonde one, brown hair. I think it's from the movie with Baron Samedi in it. So they're doing like that series now.
Ooh, I gotta check this out. This
yeah, they look pretty good. They look dope, man. Mac Collections, yo, what's up, Mac? I haven't seen you in a while too. How's it going, man? Mac Collections isn't all they do is statues. The guys over at Darth Castle do statues. Mac Collections is part of them. Guys, go check out Mac Collections. He does statue reviews. He's all about like the big ass, fucking super highly detailed statues and stuff. Good to see you, bud.
Hey, real fast, Rob. I see my good buddy Packers Brewers Paul is in the chat room tonight. I just wanted to give a big shout out to Paul. Haven't seen him in a while. So hey, Paul, what's going on, buddy? And of course, our good buddy Robert Just a Fan's in there as well. He's always Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, man. So, Rob's been asking for you. Where the hell are these guys? And it was like, yo, we had mad technical difficulties with the audio since we've tried to have Billy Tucci on, but now we've found a way with the help of Tech Chucker Brain Blast. All right, so. Go check out Tech Chucker. He's an awesome YouTuber. He's going to be on the show eventually too. And he actually took some time out of his day to help me figure out this audio issue. So big kudos and thumbs up to him. Also, I hate starting the show with all these freaking shout outs and stuff, but the guys over at Darth Castle, especially Thor, I owe a big bear hug and a giant kick in the ass. I keep saying that to him, but he's an awesome friggin' dude. He hooked me up with a guy who was selling a premium format statue of Wonder Woman. You know, the one where she has this. You guys, I've been talking about this for months, really, for almost a year now. She has the staff across her back, and she's kind of standing there with the shield in her hand or the axe. It was actually the exclusive version. A dude out in Jersey was selling it. I met up with him, gave me a ridiculous, fantastic, insane price on it. So I went down there. I drove down there this morning, and I bought it. And I can't show it to you guys because where the hell am I putting it? It's gigantic. It's the size, it's from my waist to my head. So it's upstairs right now in the dining room, right in the center of the where like your wife would put all her china and stuff. I have it right there, bang, right in the middle and shit. So the wife was like, yo, I didn't expect it to be that crazy big. So this is what she tells me. She's like, first of all, do we need a Wonder Woman figure, even though it's really nice? No, we don't. We don't need any of this shit. She's like, all right, you're going to go get this, whatever. She thought it was like the same size as a hot toy. I get it. I put it together. I have it down there. She comes down the stairs. She looks at it. She's like, oh my God, this thing is freaking huge. Where are we going to put it? She's like, oh, but it looks really nice. Then she goes, you know, this thing is so big and nice, but like shouldn't we have like maybe a Superman or a Batman premium format to like put on the other side of the room to kind of balance it out? I says, you fucking broke my balls about this thing, about even buying this thing for the crazy price that I got it for. And now you're telling me we need to go look for a Superman or a Batman. You're out of your mind. This is coming from the wife, man.
Hey, man.
This is how the fever starts.
You got to get the fucking Trinity, man, at this point, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, geez, man, please. Jeez Louise, please. The only reason why I got this in the first place is because the price was right. Michael B., what's up, brother? It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, too. He's the fucking man. He goes, I'm a nobody, but I'm here, too. Nah, fuck that. He's awesome.
Actually, hold on. I want to comment on that. You have to get the Trinity. Actually, no, because each person in the Trinity is good enough as a solo. Like as a solo freaking character. You don't need anybody else to complement them, actually.
Fair point.
Yeah.
It's funny. If you had to have and I know Nick Nack, you're going to be super biased on this, but if you had to have a Mount Rushmore of superheroes, right? I saw a Mount Rushmore superheroes post today, and it was Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, and Captain America. And I thought it was nice. It was fair. However, while I agree with that almost 100%, I kind of feel like Wonder Woman belongs up there too. But I think it's kind of shitty to be like, okay, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and then who? Spider-Man? I mean, I like Captain America more than Spider-Man, so this isn't a personal thing. If you guys had to make a Mount Rushmore of superheroes, objectively, who should be up there?
Oh, man, can I go?
Yeah,
I'm so amped for this question. So you get 4, right? Because there's 4 heads on
the all right, you could do your personal one, but try to be objective first.
Okay.
Who should be up there?
Oh, who should be up there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, who should be up there would be, I would say, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, and you know what? You got to go. I got to agree with you, Captain America. I mean, he came out, just years after Superman did, in the 40s. Iconic. You got to go there. If you're being, the objective one, yes.
So who would be a personal one?
Oh, my personal one? My personal one would be Superman, Batman, Ralph Hinckley from The Greatest American Hero. Yes. And you know what? Probably maybe like Dr. Fate or or maybe Wonder Woman, somewhere in there. But those 3 are a must for me: Superman, Batman, and Ralph Hinckley. So
all right, Baz, what about you? That's fucking awesome.
Wow, I'm pretty boring. It's pretty much what you said: Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man. Spider-Man pretty much could just represent Marvel. He's like the flagship character.
That's
you gotta have Wonder Woman in there. She's the best, I think, objectively the best female superhero character. So,
all right. So who would be your four? Not objective.
4? You're giving me 4?
Oh, you get 4. That's Mount Rushmore. You get 4, right?
Oh,
4. You said you gave your objective 4. Now give your.
Oh, okay, so then it would be the same exact thing. Captain America too, definitely. Then
Cap, right? Yeah. I'd probably do well, my favorite heroes of all time are Batman, Captain America, Wonder Woman, in that order.
Mm-hmm.
And this is being subjective, not objective. Subjectively, those 3. And then the 4th one always changes, man. At one point, it was Green Lantern during Jeff Johns' run. At one point, it was Spider-Man when I finished this last Spider-Man game. At one point, after seeing Endgame, Iron Man crept in there for about a week.
So whenever you see something really good, they like
it's just that 4th one is just rotates kind of, you know. It's like they constantly just blast away at the rock, it crumbles, and then they just chip away a new face.
I read a really good elongated man story. He creeps in. Ralph Dibny.
Bruce Willis from Hudson Hawk. That's my 4th. All right. Let's see. A lot of people are writing Joker, Red Skull, Goblin, and Doom. Oh wow, that's pretty cool for bad guys. Rob just found
it's if you worship Satan, yeah. It'll be your Mount Rushmore.
Kev's Matrix, Wolverine, Hulk, Flash, Wonder Woman. Nice. Matt Collection, Spawn, and Spawn. All right, that's cool. We'll screen cap that and send it to Todd McFarlane. Paul, what's up, Paul? Ursa, Nan, and Zod, and no one else since they blew the other face off the mountain. Oh,
yes.
That is awesome.
Fucking comment of the night right there,
Paul
bro.
wins the internet.
Yeah, man, that's fucking awesome.
Yo, I legit kissed friggin' Ursa, bro.
That's fucking awesome, man.
But seriously, like the actress?
Yeah. Like when I went to take like a picture with both of them.
Oh no, sure.
I walk right up to her and she's like looking into my eyes and she gives me like this big hug and a kiss. It was friggin' amazing.
I bet she is really beautiful out of character. How long ago was this?
This is like last year sometime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I think my picture on YouTube or Google or one of them
is
me with her. Yeah, Nan was like all crippled and shit. He was like he needed something. He needed like a walker.
That sucks.
Guy. Yeah,
kind of a Peter Mayhew kind of thing. That sucks.
All right, let's go to the first topic real quick. Major topic, and I may have misspoke when I wrote trade embargo. So there's some kind of trade war going on right now between the U.S. and China, and there's so I guess I don't know if embargo is the correct word. So because of these trade wars, it looks like toys and collectibles are being raised across the board 25%. So you're looking at a 25% increase. And I got it. I don't know how long this is going to last, but if I had to speculate, it ain't going to last long, guys. I don't think that this is. I want to try to keep this non-political, so I want to stay away from personal feelings on the president and the trade embargo and all that stuff. It's just how is the trade embargo going to affect us as collectors, and how is it going to affect you two guys personally? One of you kick it off.
Yeah, that's tough. You know what? I mean, 25%. I hope that's not the case, and I hope it doesn't last long. Because when you're talking about high-end collectibles like Hot Toys and Sideshow and all that shit, I mean, this stuff's expensive enough as it is. You get 25%. That's a quarter more. That could legitimately keep me sidelined unless it's something amazing for the duration of this.
Yeah,
I won't lie.
For me, I gotta say that I probably I'm probably going to be a lot more selective. I'm not going to be out of the game completely because if they release something like an updated Christopher Reeve Superman or something out of left field that like is just like an absolute must-have for me, On the Star Wars front, I could only imagine maybe like a Bespin Han or a Lando. Like those are the only two that I absolutely need for the rest of my Star Wars collection. That is, so any type of updating of a figure, I'm not going to be doing. I don't at this point. If because of this, I'll stay away from the like. Oh, I need to update this figure and kind of sell off the old one. I'll probably stay off of that bandwagon for a little while. And this is across the board too. This is for like Marvel Legends and shit too. You're looking at like statues, all that shit. So
I'll tell you, it's a good time though if you wanted to offload your collection. Not that I'm in the business of doing that because I'm a fucking hoarder. But if you were in the business of offloading your collection, it'd be a good time to do it.
yeah, I guess so. I mean, especially since let's say like your average hot toy is like what about 240 right now, right? 235 to 240. That's like your average figure. 25% more than that is what, like another $50, $50-$60 probably, right around there. So you're looking at like 300 almost, like just under 300 for a basic figure. If that's the case, and you do want to unload your collection, like Nick Nack said, now's the time because you could probably get, I don't want to say top dollar for your stuff, but you could probably get at least your collection back, like kind of like
you wouldn't have as much of that. When you should, like a collectible for me, what I've noticed is like, when you're dealing with like things like eBay and things like that, collectible for me is like, it's like a car. It's like buying a car. The moment you drive it off the lot, you lose appreciation on it because you have to pay for shipping on it, or you have to pay for the, eBay takes a chunk out of it or PayPal takes a chunk out of it. So you're never going to get your entire return back unless it's like an uber rare collectible that you hung on to until it's not been in the mainstream of collecting for a while. So with this in effect, it would be people might be looking to back collect at this time. So you could get at least your initial investment back, if not more.
I like the way you're approaching this, Nick Nack. I like the idea that you're saying if you have to go back and get something, right? Because this is just going forward. This is any collectible going forward. It's not like all the prices are just going to raise now across the board for things that are already out and have already been solicited, right? So if there was a collectible that you were on the fence about, but you're like, I don't know, and then I want to wait for the new one, but then the new one's going to come out and be so much more expensive. This is the time now to kind of go and fill those spots in your collection, maybe on figures that you either passed up on, missed out on, and stuff like that.
So that's how I collect too. I collect a lot. Like when something comes out, I don't always pre-order. I'll like eye something for a while and I'll keep it in my mind, and maybe 6 months to a year later, I actually buy it.
Nice. Oh shit, Paradox Nerd, I got beef with you, Red Cup. Oh motherfucker, I got beef with you too, son. Nah, me and Paradox hashed out all of our stuff behind the scenes. So you're my brother, bro.
PJ's the man, dude. PJ's the man.
PJ, if you want to come on, I could send you the invite if you have time. Otherwise, whatever, I'll just send it. And if you don't give a shit, you don't give a shit. Whatever, it's on you, son. So Baz, you talk for a minute while I do this. Oh shit, he says he's calling me out like Macho Man, motherfucker. I will drop the leg on you.
Yeah.
Last Jedi sucks. Oh, he's just in fucking trolling mode. Go ahead, Baz. Your opinion on this shit.
The Last Jedi does suck. And why are you still like I was thinking about this the other day. We still haven't done our Last Jedi episode. You are totally ducking it. You are ducking the episode.
I told
this is like a heavyweight boxer who won't take like the dangerous challenger.
Oh, but I'm the fucking heavyweight boxer that's not going to take the challenge.
You're ducking us, bro. You're ducking our freaking.
I'm ducking you guys.
You are.
Man, just talk about your fucking collection.
Yeah, you're choking. You have to choking to death, getting upset. Where's this Last Jedi episode, man? We've been talking about this for a year.
I need to go back and maybe rewatch that movie. I don't know. It's been so hard for me. I just felt like I'd gotten the wind knocked out of me, and I walked out of the theater after seeing that. But maybe I need to go back and revisit it.
There was 2 times where I left the theater just quiet and just awestruck. Like I didn't know what to think. Fantastic Four, Last Jedi. Now you've seen the Fantastic Four, the last one, right?
Well, which version of it? The last one?
Oh, the very last one. Yeah.
I watched it on cable. It was amazingly stupid, but I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
But I had no investment there, so it was all good.
And then Game of Thrones, man. Game of Thrones got the same treatment. They got Last Jedi this season.
Oh, yeah, guys. We're trying to talk about this fucking one thing, and you guys got to just bring it right back into that cesspool of hate that you guys just love to stew in.
I just love it. It just smells and festers and stinks, and I just want to smother it all over my body. Is this Last Jedi hatred?
Let me tell you something, man. I allowed you guys to run roughshod on me on the fucking on that stupid ass Phantom Menace episode we did. Okay, for the Last Jedi, I'm coming out with fucking lead in my gloves. All right.
You know what? I gotta say this, guys. You know what? I know we're kind of going down a rabbit hole here and getting off topic, but so I'll make it brief. But I gotta say this. You know what? I have been, as a prequel Star Wars fan, I have really kind of been really enjoying how much the prequels are now in kind of the mainstream fan realms appreciated now. Like the 20th anniversary of the Phantom Menace came and went last week, and it was all like nostalgia and people talking about, it was, it's a campy classic and things like that. Not saying that it was a complete god awful piece of shit. And it's been refreshing to me to see that these films are finally being appreciated for what they were sort of meant to be. And I just, as a prequel lover, I'm kind of digging that.
Well, everybody that was like, my son's age now is 28 years old, 29, 30 years old, so now it's like kind of their world, so to speak,
A little bit. Yeah. But hey man, I was, I'm old guard, man. I saw the original trilogy in the theaters, maybe minus New Hope in 1977, but I probably saw it in a re-release in 81. But I have vivid memories of seeing Empire Strikes Back in the theater. So I'm old guard, man, and I love. You know what? I didn't think that they were. I thought they were imperfect films, but I enjoyed them, as you guys know. So I don't know.
And for Kev's Matrix Rice, Phantom has the best saber duel, Knack, and I gotta concur. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's really fucking up there. If not one, it's 1A.
Duel of the Fates is amazing. I do love Duel of the Fates with at the end of Phantom. And you know what? Without that lightsaber sequence, that movie would be crap. That entire sequence saved the film, in my opinion. But
so, what you guys think of the pictures, man, that came out this week?
All right, hold on. I got the fucking pictures. You guys are jumping all over the goddamn place. Hold on.
I'll just shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. I'll shut the hell up.
Hold on a sec. I got the fucking pictures. I'll pull them up now. Let's go. Come on. Where the fuck is the screen share? Screen share. Since we're on the topic. Why the fuck is it showing that? No. Cancel. Hold on a second. Why is it not fucking showing? Oh wait, I'm in Chrome, so let me see if I can if this is gonna work. Hold on. And then screen share my screen and share. Let's see if that works. Okay, now I have a gazillion things. Tell me if this is working, guys, for a second. I'm gonna lower this. All right, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing now?
I'm seeing SpongeBob.
You're seeing SpongeBob and all that shit. Okay, I'm going to click on this here. And you guys seeing this? Rise of Skywalker photos? Okay. Guys, keep an eye on the chat because now I'm in straight, looking at this mode here. Again, I'm using a different I'm using a different browser this time. All right, so you got your picture of Ray standing in the desert, right? Let's get to the fucking meat and potatoes of this shit, though. You got, all right, C-3PO's back. They're oiling them up. All right, the Knights of the Ren actually make their fucking big screen, their real big screen debut, it looks like, and they're going to be on that desert planet, which is pretty dope. I like the designs of these characters, guys. I always have. I think it's pretty cool.
The Knights of Ren and Stimpy?
Stop. Listen, if we're going to fucking poke fun at this shit. This axe right here that I'm circling, that was actually in the throne room of Dryden Voss from
Solo.
The Solo movie. Yeah, that was in his throne room.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. That was pointed out online this week. So,
I heard they're trying to keep secret that the actor who used to play Doctor Who is in this film.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He has something to do with the Emperor. He's either an acolyte of the Emperor who gets eventually possessed by him, or he's a young Emperor. Either one. But they're trying to do what they did with Khan in the second Star Trek film, where they're denying, that he's even in the movie. So,
all right,
we'll see what happens.
Fucking game.
Yeah, they're just lying to the press.
Right. Okay. Let's see. All right. This is Kerry Russell's character, the Zori Bliss. Apparently, Kerry Russell now went from being this cute little, why the fuck is this character have any place in Star Wars? Apparently, she's this super badass on that Russian show, The Americans. So everyone's like pumped and shit because they're like, yo, she's so badass on that show that she's gonna work out great. So there's like your female Boba Fett looking character.
She's a good actress.
She'll always be Felicity to me.
Yeah, it's a cool. I like the design of the. You know, what's funny? The helmet itself kind of looks like Boba Fett's ship, like the whole shape of it. Right? It's got a very Slave One-esque look to it. I like the two pistols on either side here. It's kind of cool. Let's see. Here you have General Hux and the guy who everyone thought was going to be his dad, but it's not. It's just another, you know, whatever. It's not. They're on the bridge of the destroyer and shit. There's whatever.
Why does he have to be his dad? I don't get that.
It's ridiculous. Everyone's got to be some dad or some offspring. These motherfuckers are still waiting for Finn to be Lando's son.
Everyone's got to be related. Yeah,
ridiculous. All right, so there's some shots of them filming and all that nonsense. Right here's awesome. Here's a fucking big bag of awesome right here.
That's pretty cool. Poe, get out of Chewie's seat, though. Damn it!
What happened?
I said Poe needs to get out of Chewie's seat. God damn it!
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting watching. You may get to see Poe fly the Falcon, which I like Poe as a character, so that would be cool. But obviously, we all really want Lando to be piloting this thing. And
I like Oscar Isaac. He's a good actor.
Speaking of Oscar Isaac, here's a fun little thing. I was at the movie theaters last night. We went and saw Aladdin, and there's a trailer for the Addams Family, right? And my wife for the last 6 months have been saying, before even knowing about this animated movie that's coming out, saying that Oscar Isaacs needs to play the new Gomez Addams, and that the what's her face that used to play Wednesday needs to be the new Morticia. Christina Ricci, continue the story or just reboot it with those two as the two leads. And this motherfucker Oscar Isaacs is actually playing Gomez in the new animated movie.
Huh.
So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, he'd be good, but also the guy who played Freddie Mercury would be good also.
Yes, oh man, he might even be better. Damn, good fucking hole, man. Holy shit. All right, here you go. You got Finn on top of some crazy ass looking fucking stuff.
And Lando's daughter.
And there you go. Lando's got a daughter. That's cool. Whatever, man. That sounds good to me. I don't know. These beasts look pretty cool. They look more like natural, not so CGI'd, weird, cartoony looking beasts. They look more like something that could exist, like a horse kind of mixed with like an elephant horse or something. I think they look pretty cool.
Yeah, they are cool.
All right. And last but not least, not last. Actually, here are some more fucking, goofy looking aliens. Star Wars is known for their, weird looking aliens and shit. So I guess in this movie, instead of having titties, we'll have like aliens with dicks coming out of their faces or something. Whatever. Whatever. Star Wars is always notorious for some crazy, weird shit like that, But here's the fucking picture right here. There's the shot. Kylo fighting Rey once again.
Are they fighting though? People are saying they're not really fighting, but I don't know. They might be teaming up again. Who knows?
Nah, whatever. Either way, I mean, one of the coolest scenes, if not the coolest scene in The Last Jedi, undeniably, is when they teamed up to take on the guards. So it is what it is. I think it's cool. I think it's going to look really cool watching. I like how they take these battle sequences, right? Like these lightsaber battles, and they always try to give you maybe a little bit something different. And I think it's going to look really cool that they're using this rain waterfall effect thing that they got going on here, because it might be cool to see how the rain affects when it's actually hitting the lightsabers. I think that'll make it for a cool visual.
Yeah.
With the rain fizzling and shit and burning and shit. And bang, there he is. Captain Blue Milk himself. This could be a flashback. He is in those robes where he was touching R2's head after the Jedi Temple was burned to the ground. Although he did not look like that. He did not have the long hair and beard when the temple burned down. So who knows? Is this going to be a Force ghost? Why is he in that outfit? Is he back again? Who knows? Who gives a shit until I see it? I don't give a fuck. Whatever, man. It's just show me the fucking movie already.
I'm exhausted of trying to figure it out.
I don't give a shit. It's the fucking looks cool. Whatever. It is what it is.
Show me the movie. It's a
right. Kylo, I'm your brother Ray. Put a shirt on. That's funny. All right, so there's the Rise of Skywalker pictures, guys. What do you think of the pictures that you've seen so far?
They're okay.
Yeah.
Eh.
Eh.
I don't think it really created that much of a buzz on the internet. I don't think people are that excited.
I was happy with the trailer. The trailer got me excited. Knick-knack, look, guys, get the fucking Last Jedi taste out of your goddamn mouths and just, do you like what you're seeing so far?
Yes, I do. Yes,
Good.
I do. I do. I do. I want this movie to make me love Rey. I want to love Rey. I bought a Rey Hot Toys figure in between The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi because I said, you know what, this character is the future of the franchise, and I want to love her. So I will make myself love her by purchasing a $230 Hot Toy figure of her. And then The Last Jedi came out, and I'm like, this character is worse than ever. And
Yeah.
the purchase feels like ashes in my mouth. But this film could redeem her. It could be some kind of reverse hero's journey. I talk about the hero's journey all the time. The Joseph Campbell established hero's journey that is like perfectly laid out in the original trilogy for Luke Skywalker. This could be the hero's journey in reverse for Rey. Or maybe Rey is something else. Maybe Rey is something sinister. I doubt they'll go that way because she's kind of a Disney princess. And we are dealing with a multinational corporation at the helm of this thing that would rather make money than be creative. But I am hopeful that this movie will make me like Rey, because I want to like Rey. Because Rey on the surface seems like a good character. It's just she's been poorly rolled out. The other thing that makes me hopeful is the fact that picture, I hope that is Luke Skywalker in the flesh. Because you know what? No one wanted to see Luke Skywalker go out like that in the last film. Luke Skywalker is one of the most beloved characters in all of fiction. All of fiction. And you know what? No one wanted to see him go out like that. Especially after losing Han Solo in the first film, after the real-life death of Carrie Fisher. No one needed that. We didn't need that. So I want to see Luke Skywalker. I want to see Grand Master Jedi Luke Skywalker doing something amazing one last time, because you know what? Hey, Mark Hamill is a fan of the franchise. He is on board. You have these actors. Use them. You know what? I just recently got done streaming season 2 of Cobra Kai, the Karate Kid show. And that show actually gets it. They understand how you can balance handing the torch off, so to speak, but also honoring your legacy characters. And I want to see Star Wars go down that similar path, because, you know, Cobra Kai would be a garbage show if you didn't have Daniel and Johnny in it. It would be a garbage show. I wouldn't care. But you just can't have Daniel and Johnny in. You also need to acknowledge the next generation moving forward, that the story needs to continue. But you don't treat the legacy characters like shit. And they did it perfectly. And I hope J.J. Abrams took a note out of that notebook.
Nice.
Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy. You want to give somebody a trilogy? Give it to the Cobra Kai showrunners. Because that series is perfect.
Yeah,
it's amazing how like I could be for Johnny, but at the same time still sympathize and kind of be for Danny still, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, but anyway, Star Wars. Look, you were talking about Luke on how, like, you know, you want him to like be resurrected, or be alive again, not a Force ghost. I mean, me and Rob sometimes talk about, like, okay, like, you know, all the new powers that came from The Last Jedi, like Force download and Mary Poppins flight power in outer space. How about, you know, we get Luke Skywalker, who is supposed to be the greatest Jedi, be able to come back from being a Force ghost and then materialize again in the flesh and resurrect, like Gandalf the Gray into Gandalf the White. Why not? There's your new Force power. I'm all for that one.
I'll tell you, I don't think they're going to turn around and bring back Luke in the flesh. But what I do see them doing, because I don't think that they're going to turn around. I think there's too much hubris. I like The Last Jedi, but I'll join your side for a second and say, okay, they've ruined this, they've ruined that. I don't think that Disney's going to turn around, or Star Wars, or whoever's running the show, and say, okay, we fucked up, so we're going to kind of retcon this major thing. I think they're going to keep it the way it is. However, we saw Yoda use lightning and like interact with the real world for the first time by causing a fire in the last movie. What if Luke is still a Force ghost, but he's literally able to interact with the real world? So he's still ethereal, and he's dead, but his Force powers were maybe so diesel that he's able to do shit like either wield a lightsaber or use Force powers from beyond the grave. I could see them going that route.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I waited 35 years to see Luke Skywalker kick ass with that green lightsaber one more time, and I'm still holding out, man. I'm still holding out. I just the Force Ghost thing doesn't do it for me, man. That was done in that's old hat. That was done in the original trilogy. You know what? We don't need to see that. I think Luke Skywalker needs to be in the flesh for this movie to have any scrape of goodness. He needs to be in the flesh. Hey, you know what? When he died, I think it's just because Rian Johnson's an idiot. But when he died, you never saw his artificial hand fall down.
Right.
So, I mean, even Mark Hamill said that he could have been teleported. Like he was staring at the binary suns. We didn't even know that planet had was in a binary star system. So, he could have been transported to Tatooine at that moment. That's something Mark Hamill threw out there. I mean, he likes to troll fans, so who knows? But yeah, man, he needs to be in the flesh. I just that for me to be really on board, I need to see him alive.
Nice. All right.
What's up, DJ?
Is that all we have to say about this, Mr. Amazing Larry's?
No, PJ's here, so I'm sure he wants to get in on
Oh,
this.
Shit. PJ joined us. All right, great. All right. I'm going to
what's up?
stop the screen share. Go ahead. What's up, man?
What's going on?
Yay. Welcome back, brother.
Hold on. Wait, were you guys talking about? Sorry, I just got in.
Fucking Star Wars. What else?
Oh, don't get me started. We're talking about The Last Jedi?
No, we're talking about
okay.
the new movie.
Good. I'll stay then.
The trailer, the pictures that came out in Vanity Fair, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the pictures were cool. I mean, it doesn't really, say much. I see that Luke Skywalker is there with his with R2-D2, but I have a feeling that's more like a flashback, and I have a feeling that they're going to show what really happened to Luke's temple. And remember that scene it was in the trailer, it was never in the movie, where Luke kind of like grabbed onto R2-D2's helmet.
Yeah,
I guess when things were going down. So I don't know.
Yeah, but did he have short hair then? Because he had short hair and trim beard.
Yeah, so he looks younger. So
yeah, I think Luke Skywalker in the Vanity Fair, he looks a little older, man. I don't know. And I did find it funny that you didn't see R2-D2 in the teaser trailer at all.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like I said, maybe they're just doing a photo op. Who knows? But I don't know. I really want this movie to do well. I hope that Kathleen Kennedy and the upper management realize, I don't know. It all stems from that, and I think I had mentioned to Nick Nack before that it all stems to that. Whatever happened after George Lucas and Kathleen Kennedy left, or Lucas Films or Disney, when they all separated, I think George Lucas had everything laid out for them, just like George R.R. Martin had everything, from the scripts for episode 7. He had a plan for episode 7, 8, and 9. And when I guess Kathleen Kennedy heard midichlorians, she was like, "I'm out, done. Like, get out of here. We're gonna separate." And I think when George Lucas heard that, I think he took his scripts and his stories, as per him in the interview with Charlie Rose. Is it Charlie Rose? Yeah, Charlie Rose, right? And I think after that, J.J. Abrams got pretty much the end of it, because the worst, the short end of the stick, basically, because he was like, well, okay, well, I got to make up some sort of story and try to remember what George Lucas had planned out for the trilogy and where it was supposed to go. Because if you notice, not for nothing, it's not Rian Johnson's fault, even though he thought that what he was doing was right for the fans. But in all honesty, I think it was more for him as a fan, more so as a whole for the Star Wars, fandom, which I think that's why he gets so much flack. But it's not his fault that he came into it blindly, not knowing what direction, everyone was kind of wanting to go or where to go. He was like, okay, Luke's in the island. He's a hermit, and here you go.
You know what? I think he just jacked that up so bad, and I don't think he gave a shit about the fans, to be honest. I'm talking about Rian Johnson. You know, Mark Hamill himself warned him on set, or warned him when he was reading the script. He says, you know what? You put this out there, and you're going to get a fan revolt on your hands because this is not Luke Skywalker. And Mark Hamill said that in every interview leading up to that film, and I just thought, oh, that's Mark being Mark. He's trolling us. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
But no, it turned out to be the case. And he told Rian Johnson on set. He said, I fundamentally disagree with the direction of this character. This is not Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker is not a pessimist. Luke Skywalker is an eternal optimist. And Rian Johnson said, well, we're not doing this for the fans. Well, who the fuck else are you doing it for, bro? You know what? Who writes the checks, man? It's the 43-year-old losers with Star Wars shit all over their fucking house. You write the movie for me, no nuts.
Hey, but I see Pac-Man though.
Well, yeah.
It's good.
I'm in the wrong room, dude. You got to see the room upstairs, dude. It's full of it.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I mean, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm giving the Last Jedi fans the benefit of the doubt. Like, listen, I get it. It is a visually good movie. If it was like a standalone Star Wars movie, it would have been great. Minus the Canto Bite scene, which really,
I agree with that.
I'd rather get kicked in the balls by a donkey, but I
think that but the problem I had, which is funny, the one thing I didn't care about in The Last Jedi was the Canto Bite section because it reminded me of the prequels. And I know you guys love the prequels, but it was like straight out of the prequels.
See, the thing is, all right. I mean, just to clear the air up about the prequels. I mean, I didn't think the prequels were like the best thing that's ever done. I mean, I liked it, but there were a lot of flaws to it. The only reason why I liked it because it has the Star Wars theme and feel that I love, like the cheesiness of it, and all the music and the feel of it, and that's why I like the prequels. Even though and I love it. Love the fact that it's actually straight out of the horse's mouth, and when I say horse's mouth, George Lucas, that this is his vision. Unfortunately, he sucks as a writer, and translating it into screen kind of sucks. And I think I was watching the 20-year anniversary video on Phantom Menace, and then here you see George with his chin all the way out to his out of his neck, and basically hey guys, it's time to write time to write episode 1 now. And then man, he was basically saying in that interview, he was like, I get to write whatever I like. This is my dream. I have no restrictions. Unfortunately, with no restrictions, we get Jar Jar Binks and the cheesiness of the prequels. But overall, I still think episode 3 was probably in my opinion one of my top 3 favorite Star Wars movies of all time.
He's pulling out the Revenge of the Sith shirt.
I love that movie, man. It had a lot of emotions in that movie. But episode 2 sucks. Episode 1 was okay.
Yeah.
But I have faith in this new movie. I hope that J.J. Abrams realizes what's going on because basically everything the franchise is relying on this movie to do well. And I think if this movie unites the fandom moving forward, people will love to come back and watch the movies. Because right now, if Rian Johnson puts out a trilogy, I bet you half, or maybe I would say less than half of the people are going to want to watch that trilogy in terms of Star Wars fans.
One thing, going back to the Vanity Fair article, and let's try to bring it back full circle to the new movie, and try to stay on topic for Rob here a little bit. One thing that J.J. Abrams said that kind of bothered me in that interview, and maybe I'm taking him out of context, but he kind of described a little bit about how this new movie is going to be taking a little bit of the fairy tale aspect out of Star Wars. That's worrisome to me because that's missing the whole point. Star Wars is a fairy tale. Star Wars is modern mythology.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be a fairy tale. I don't want gritty 2018 politics, whether you're right, left, center, whatever. I don't want that shit in my Star Wars.
Yeah, no, I gotta agree. I think that like that's the reason why I again we're fucking sucked back into this goddamn movie. Like when people are fucking talking about like those bombers that come out and they're bombing things in space, and I'm like, guys, this is space fantasy. This isn't science fiction. This is science fantasy, and I like the fairy tale aspect of the movies as well.
That was still dumb as fuck. But anyway, yo, what's the next topic, man? Because this is becoming Star Wars.
Yeah, I know. Every time the fucking four of us get together, this is where we're stuck.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. But I mean,
I'm just trying to stop us.
No, just real quick though. But I am looking forward to the new movie. I have a good feeling that actually J.J. Abrams went to George Lucas and asked for him to help him, close out the saga. So hopefully, with a little bit of guidance from George Lucas, that this will be an awesome movie and unite the fandom, so we don't have to fight about Star Wars. I hate that. I hate that about the franchise now. That I'm actually arguing with a fellow Star Wars fan about certain movies.
Yeah, I've been doing that, PJ, for 20 years, man. I've been doing that for 20 years. It's nothing new. But hopefully,
Yeah, but not as toxic though. I mean,
I get that. But hopefully, to your point, I mean, George Lucas, we can all agree he's a great ideas man.
Well, he's the best idea man.
Yeah.
So hopefully that is, as a consultant, I think he could be very strong. So
and you have to admit, one of a kind to come up with stuff. I mean, he may not be a token where he translate that into well-written books, but or screenplay, should I say? But you have to say that the mind of that man in terms of his imagining.
George Lucas is to science, is to space opera,
science fantasy
that what Tolkien was to create that universe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, George Lucas pulled from Tolkien. He pulled from Kurosawa. He pulled from Flash Gordon. He pulled from everywhere, and it just made this giant stew of amazement that was lightning in the bottle, rolling around to 1977, which was today the 42nd anniversary of A New Hope coming out. Correct? Today?
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, it was lightning in a bottle for the 1970s, and in a country like they say, it was getting over the doldrums of the Vietnam War, and if you look at cinema, if you're a cinephile, and you look at how movies were back in the 1970s, dude, they were dreary and drab and pessimistic. I mean, go watch yourself some Logan's Run, a great movie, but it's dreary. Go watch yourself some Logan's Run or the Poseidon Adventure. Or what's the movie with Charlton Heston, Soylent Green, right? Go watch some of that shit, and then you can see why Star Wars just exploded like this orgasm of awesomeness onto the scene in 1977, because it was so optimistic yet so gritty and real world too. In compliance with its contemporaries in the 1970s.
Fuck the Poseidon Adventure. Who was in that? Like Ernest Borgnine? Or something?
Yeah, 1972.
Who was that giant fat lady actress in it?
Oh, I can't think of her, but I love that movie actually.
Yeah. Speaking of
anyway.
Star Wars, did anyone pick up the Jabba the Hutt from Sideshow?
Oh, the 6 scale? Nah, man. I was gonna trade up my my '89 Batmobile from Hot Toys and get that. And Basil was like, "Look, man. At the end of the day, that Batmobile's awesome, and Jabba's just a fucking disgusting piece of shit." So
he's a literal piece of shit with eyes.
Yeah,
he's
actually,
a slug.
Yeah, it is. And, it's actually a beautiful piece of shit because it's a beautiful piece of turd I've ever seen in my life, and I really want it in my collection. No, actually, it looked like what I shedded out this morning, but I was a little too much. But actually, I have a friend that actually picked it up, and I checked it out. Oh my god!
It's massive, right?
It's massive, and B, the amount of detail on that turd is beautiful, man.
Yeah, it's a great look. I know that Nick Nack has the original.
I do. I balked at getting it because I do have the original. I did see the new updated one in one of my local comic book stores here locally here in Denver, and even though having the original, I was like, God, if I had $800 burning a hole in my pocket, it's awesome. It's awesome. But at the same time, if I put it next to my original, would the differences offset that $800?
Yeah, no, I hear. If you already have it, well, I don't have one, so I don't know. Maybe in the future, hopefully, I save some points and pick it up. But yeah, it's beautiful. I love the whatever he's smoking. The like it looks like
It's hookah.
the hookah punch or whatever, and it's like it looks like it's a real liquid, but it's like I don't know what kind of gel. It's like a sculpted. I don't know, like whatever you want to.
I've seen it, dude. It's amazing, and I do like that the pillows on Jabba's dais.
Mhm.
Now the original one, the pillows were polystone, but on this one, they're actually felt and they look good. Now I don't know how that'll hold up long term. I mean, my pillows, I just need to like stick under the faucet and I can clean them. I don't know how felt fabric pillows will hold up in 10 years, but they look great now.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Hold on. James Belk says, slap some mayo on it, call it Captain Marvel, and send it to Nick Knack.
Oh God, no. You know what? Letting people know how much I hate mayonnaise is one of the worst things I ever did in my life. I let people know when I was in college. You guys may find this hard to believe, but I was actually in a fraternity in college, and I let people know how much I just fucking hated mayo. I woke up one night and I found like 4 of my fraternity brothers hovering over me with a giant like industrial jar of mayonnaise, and I came out swinging, dude. Guys got hit. I'm like, you motherfuckers! It's like toxic venom. So yeah. So anyway, all right.
They were hazing you with fucking ham sandwiches.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! Oh God, I hate it. My wife like loves mayo, and she like put it on sandwiches. It's like, bitch, I ain't kissing you for an hour now.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Well, I was gonna say,
I love my wife. I'm kidding.
Wait, I forgot what I was gonna say. Hey, Red Cup, Rob, I actually got the new Stormtrooper in hand, man.
Yeah, no, I saw the video. I commented on it.
No, the new Return of the Jedi version.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for that to come. I ordered that,
dude. Yeah, good thing. It's a beautiful. I don't know what there are minor changes in that in the figure itself. It's easier to pop out the hands for some reason. I don't know what they did. I used to hate taking out the. I don't know, Nick Knack and Baz, if you guys can relate to. But whenever time I take out a Hot Toy like hand, like the whole peg comes out.
Yeah.
But no, you don't have that problem. It's easy to pop off, and
I think that every Hot Toys hands should come with that with a peg already in it, man.
Yeah,
they just come with like 2. Because what I wind up usually doing is that I take like that little bag of pegs that they have, like the 2 extra pegs, and I just stick them into 2 other hands that I'm gonna wind up interchanging, so I could just pull the shit out and change them fast.
Yeah, no, I do the same thing too, but it's actually easier to swap out the hands. But yeah, it's a beautiful Stormtrooper. There are changes from the A New Hope to that one where it's like more defined.
Nice.
Yeah, man, good pickup. I don't know if Baz or if Nick Knack's picking that the new Stormy from Return of the Jedi.
Dude, I got such a laundry list I want, man. I would love to get that one though.
It's actually what $180 for the just for the regular.
That's what I did too. I got the regular version, and I got the Han in Stormtrooper disguise. I won that from Sideshow, and I'm
so jealous, man, that you won something from Sideshow. I never won.
I had to win that goddamn thing.
What happened?
Did you see what I had to do to win that fucking thing?
Yeah, I think you. I remember you telling us about it. So
I had to dress up like fucking Batman.
What's up?
What? I said I want to hear the story. I don't know what you had to do.
Oh Jesus!
It doesn't matter. This guy wins everything all the time, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Tell him about the kiss things that you won in 1 week.
All right, hold on. All right,
I mean, it's ridiculous.
All right, once I won. Because I was a Sirius XM guy, I won Kiss tickets to see them live at Letterman, which I thought was just going to be them on David Letterman. It wasn't. It was like an hour-and-a-half Kiss concert indoors and shit at the David Letterman studios. And it was only like 100 people in the room, and I was like right on top of these fucking guys. Then that same day, I won a there was like 2 contests running. I won the chance to meet them the following morning at this thing called the Fishbowl, where you get to actually talk to them on air and ask them questions and fucking take pictures with them and shit. So I won like both contests, which were separate for that. Baz was like, "Fuck you, man," but Baz can't talk shit because I won both contests. I had offered him the tickets to the fucking Kiss show, and he told me no, and he turned his shit down.
Oh, Baz.
I was like, here, just have it. I'm going to go meet them the next day. Have this. He's like, oh, fuck it. They're probably only going to play one song. Meanwhile, I go, it's an hour and a half.
Didn't you see them in concert too, like that month or something?
I saw them 2 times that year before then.
Okay.
I saw them, and it was with you both times, man.
Yeah.
So whatever. So there was that. So this.
No, but you always win contests. That's all I know.
So the sideshow shit. I had to dress up like Batman. In full Batman head-to-toe gear, and walk into a Dunkin' Donuts in my neighborhood and start and buy at least 3 people coffee in Batman in character. So and film it. So I walked in. It's on the Red Cup page. So if anybody wants to go see me dress up like Batman and fucking buy people coffee and act like it's funny, I'm dressed like the Affleck Batman, but I act like the George Clooney Batman, where I'm like, hey, the Bat credit card, throw it on the card, everybody, good citizens of Cortland Manor and all that bullshit. And I do this whole fucking thing, and they laughed their asses off at the fucking.
And you still could have lost, but you won.
Yeah,
and how many people did stupid shit like that and lost?
Oh, look, man, what do you want me to tell you, bro?
Well, God has blessed you as winner of contests.
Yeah,
man. The only thing I ever won was a raging case of chlamydia from a girl I hooked up in a trailer. Antibiotics are a wonderful thing, man. That's all I gotta say.
Oh God, I want a trip to the doctor's office. That's what you want, right?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh no, man, that's funny shit. So I got the Han and Stormtrooper disguise. I have that head on my New Hope Han, and I have the actual Stormtrooper getup, like just all together and shit. So I'm gonna when I get the figure, I'll do like a comparison and do the review that way. And then I'll probably wind up getting rid of the Han and Stormtrooper disguise to keep the newer one.
They've been talking about like they're trying to get like buzzed for a Solo sequel. Are you guys down for that?
100% love the movie. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't love the movie, but I did like it. I thought that it was definitely better than the previous movie.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I think it was just one of those where a lot of the Star Wars spirits were down since that, name Star Wars movie that,
I could give it another go. I watched it a second time.
Yeah.
I didn't want to gouge my eyes out. So yeah, I could give it a
it was just a fun swashbuckling adventure, guys. That's it. It's just a fun movie.
It's a fun movie. The only thing I didn't like about that movie was what's his name's stupid droid?
L3
I thought that little thing about him, Lando and her having like sex, I don't know, because he's like a pansexual because he has sex with anything.
Lando Pando.
Yeah, Lando Pando, and I was like, what is this? Now you're forcing this whatever agenda that they're trying to force onto. I don't know. I'm like, can you let Star Wars be Star Wars? Let droids be droids.
I didn't quite get that from that movie. I kind of thought the droid itself was kind of delusional. The way it was talking, like I don't think Lando actually, had sex with the droid. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Lando would put his wiener in anything that's warm, but I don't think a droid.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I heard they made the announcement that Lando was pansexual, and pansexual means like you have sex with anything. So
yeah, I think that was a really bad use of words there because that can imply children too, and that's fucked up. So.
Oh yeah, I think someone did write to Disney about that. So,
all right, gentlemen, I'm gonna bounce to the chat for a second, and then we gotta have to speed round through the next few things. James Belk asked, "Was that a Stern contest?" No, it wasn't. It was just like a random XM Studios Kiss concert, whatever. All right. Here now that I have PJ too, he might have seen this as well. There's something that went on this week. They're calling it butt plug gate or something, or sideshow gate or butt plug gate or something like that. And now that I got PJ here, he might be able to lend a little bit of credence to this, whether or not it's true. Okay, I'm going to not use names, but I took a screenshot of this little piece that went on, and it was on Facebook in 1/6 Republic this week. And this has to do, there's been a rumor circulating around where there's this guy that runs 1/6 Society. What's his name, PJ? The guy that everyone hates?
Deke?
Yeah, Deke, I think.
Yeah, John Deke. Okay, so everyone hates this guy. I don't know who the fuck he is. And there's rumors that like he was replacing Susan, or Susan was like stepping down from Sideshow.
What?
I don't know. It's just a fucking rumor mill, right? So Sideshow has been having this guy Deke do like videos for them now and like unboxings and stuff, right? And everyone's in an uproar because they're like, this guy sucks. He's a piece of shit. He runs his fucking page like a Nazi, all that, right? So here's the information here. Okay. Sideshow blocking people related to butt plug gate. It appears that if collectors talk badly about the new preferred reviewer with the recent Sideshow's butt plug gate video, Sideshow may punish the collector by blocking the collector's account to prevent them from buying any more figures. So apparently this guy Deke made a video, put it out there, and it was retracted because he wasn't supposed to put the review out before he did.
Yeah.
But he didn't get in trouble, right? So they're saying that this was probably like a big inside thing to create buzz from Sideshow. Like it was like an inside, kind of like an inside job type thing to just fucking arbitrarily create buzz, right? So apart from Sideshow, where else this guy do collectors buy their figures, blah, blah, blah. This blood plug gate potential blocking by Sideshow, this blocking people. Okay, so basically everyone turned around and was like, fuck this guy, and was commenting like, I guess, bad shit on the video, and they don't like him. So there was a rumor that Sideshow was literally blocking accounts from people from ordering from them for anybody that talked bad about this guy or about this video.
What? That is such.
Right, I said this is bullshit because you can't say this without having any proof. Like that's like, okay, it makes for an interesting story, but how are they blocking people and all that? So this gentleman, who I think runs or is one of the admins on the 1/6 Republic page, because I always see him posting, shared a picture from another guy who's always posting. I can't use names, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not going to put nobody on the line like that on a live show. Another dude that to me has said a lot of sense. Like he like screenshotted me like a conversation he had with this other guy. And this other dude is like a pretty reliable, not so trolly type person. And it was like, yo, Sideshow's fucking blocking people that are related to this and like stopping them from ordering. I don't know if there's any credence to this, but this was a big fucking uproar that was in the Facebook page this week. So if this is true, how fucked up is that? And what do you guys think?
I say stay away from drama. This is collecting. This is supposed to be fun. I doesn't make any sense. So let me get this straight. I'll pretend to be subject A. Oh, F that guy, Deke. Fuck that guy. He sucks. Whatever. Oh, let me order some stuff from Sideshow. Sideshow blocks me. What? And Sideshow's like, wait, he's talking crap about our friend and he's going to buy from our website? Let's block him. I don't want to make any more money.
Yeah, which I thought was kind of ridiculous too. Only thing is that where the crap is being spoken, these videos that Deke is doing are actually on the Sideshow page itself. Like that's on the Sideshow YouTube page.
Yeah.
So that's where to me, I think it's bullshit personally, but it has a little bit of credence there. Is that if a guy's going to go on the Sideshow YouTube page and start and with like trolls of fans bashing this, see, it's the bottom. To me, it's always the bottom line. Follow the money. A company's never going to cut off its nose to spite its face. You know, as far as making money goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought that was. I mean, that's when I know. Like, okay, what's this guy talking about when he's talking about someone talking crap about Sideshow and then their accounts being blocked from purchasing from Sideshow. I've never heard of that, you know. For me, I just feel that I've read I'm part of both groups, right? And funny thing is that most of the drama is coming out at one group and not the other. And I don't know. For me, this is a hobby. This is supposed to be fun. I don't want to get involved in whatever's going on and who hates who. And
all right, so regardless of all that, what do you say to a company that's willing to do that, because this isn't the first time this would have happened. There are other companies that are taking these measures that are banning and blocking people.
Well, I think more of a ban and blocking is if you're being like super toxic and saying a lot of like really negative stuff. That's not even related, like attacking a person of, for who they are, not as a, like, more like, so like the color of their skin or something like that, like I think I could see a company doing that because they don't want that kind of negativity in their community or in their around their company. But this is a hobby that they're talking about. I don't even know what was said. It didn't seem like it was that negative. But I don't know. I just feel like it's some sort of like soap opera. Like, I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. It's to me, I stay away from that drama. I don't think Sideshow is Sideshow is a more professional company, not to go that route to be blocking people's account because they feel a certain way about somebody. And this whole thing about him replacing Susan, no, Susan's not going anywhere.
That's what I thought too. I was like,
Susan's gonna be there for forever until she decides to leave.
That was it. Is that they were saying that, like, maybe I had heard that too. Like, maybe she's looking to move on and kind of like, whether she got a better job offer somewhere or something. But if I was Sideshow, I would throw all the fucking money at her because she's like the ambassador to pretty much their entire company.
Yeah, but the thing is, all right, so here's an example. I mean, if Susan wants to go, Susan wants to go, right? They can't offer her like Michael Jordan money to stay. Perfect example is when, I don't know if you guys remember G4 TV,
right?
And Olivia Munn decided to leave. Yeah. I mean, what they do, they got the next hottest thing is Sarah Underwood. God, have you seen her?
Yeah, but if they're gonna replace someone like Susan with someone like Deke, bro, I think like
I don't think Deke is just I feel like I think he lives in California. He's a hot toy reviewer. I think Rob or Nick Nack or me, if we lived in California and we were doing YouTube videos and we had a Facebook group, which is like 10,000 plus more, I'm sure we'd be invited to do a review for Sideshow.
Right.
It's just one of those things that, fortunately enough for Deke, he lives like in California, right? I think. I'm not sure. He has to live in California for him to drive to Sideshow and do these reviews, right?
Right.
You're not gonna fly somewhere across like from New York or New Jersey to fly over California just to do a hot toy review.
No,
so ridiculous. Yeah, I just think it's just all rumors until it actually happens and we see it for ourselves. Then we could say, okay, something went up. That's true.
Right. Either one of you.
I think across the board, companies now are just trying to control and they're trying to censor bad reviews. If you look at the Rotten Tomatoes website, you can only now leave a review that will affect the actual overall score of the movie. Now, if you buy a ticket through Fandango, then you can prove it. Otherwise, your review won't matter in the overall score of the film.
Yeah, but I think those are review websites. I feel like review websites are maybe persuaded with money. I know Yelp for a fact that I think they were going to they were blocking people's reviews. Like if say Rob has like a awesome restaurant that he's paying money to Yelp for to like advertise, and next I come in and I give him a bad review. If Rob's paying good enough money, they could see my review and delete it. That's what I heard. This is what I heard from people that I know who has restaurants. So I think that's, and I heard like some Yelp company or representatives would go to these restaurants, like for example, one of my friends' restaurant, and they said, "Hey, listen, give us some money. We'll put some good reviews out for you." And he was like, "No, it's okay. I'm not going to do that." Next, there's a whole slew of bad reviews on his restaurant.
Oh wow!
So that's what.
It sounds like mafia tactics, man.
Yeah, it's just like it's just one of those. It was like, or whenever I put a review, it would never be posted. It would be deleted. It would be a good review.
Wow, that's crazy, man. That's
one thing I never going back to Sideshow a little bit. I've always, in the past, and this has been tainted for me over the last couple of years, I always found Sideshow to be like the best company to deal with ever.
Right.
And over the last couple of years, that's sort of changed a little bit. Like I called them a couple months ago because I was still waiting on my premium format Luke Skywalker figure or statue that had been like on delay for 20 months. Well, it was like supposed to come out a year ago, so technically been on delay for over a year. But it took me almost 20 months to get it from the time I pre-ordered to the time it arrived on my doorstep. And they literally had me in their hold queue for 90 minutes.
90 minutes?
90 minutes. I waited it out because I was at work. What am I going to do, right? Work. But, but I mean, it was bullshit. It was bullshit. And they apologized for it and they threw free shipping on, which I'm like, well, hey, you know what? I was pissed. I just, as a company, I feel like they've gone downhill a little bit. I can't speak to whether or not they're actually blocking people, but if they are, I won't speak to I'm not going to say whether I think they are or not. I have no clue. And I'm just learning about this as Rob told me just now. But honestly, as a company that like basically they're in the market of selling Fabergé eggs. That's what we collect, guys. We collect Fabergé eggs. No one needs this shit. It's expensive as hell. And there's only a certain individual out there that is going to buy this stuff. And if they actually feel like their market base is big enough that they can block people, well, that is stupid as hell. Just stupid.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I feel like I don't know why people make a big stink. I don't know about stuff like this in such a small knit community where, I mean, we're collecting, plastic and polystone and stuff like that. If you really think about it, and for them to just, this is supposed to be an escape from reality. Basically, whenever I collect something, and to see stuff like this, it's like, what? Why are you guys even involved? Like, you guys should be. People should be not arguing, just having like discussions about, hey man, I think that likeness is a little off, and I don't know, like stuff like that. Like I could accept, but this,
that's the thing. They're gonna make it so you can't even say that anymore. Oh, this likeness is off, or this doesn't look right. I don't like this. This doesn't look good. You're gonna be known as a hater or a troll, and that's where the problem starts. They're trying to take away your critique.
There are dudes that are like that too, where you turn around and you say something like, "Oh, I'm not too crazy about the certain figure," and then immediately, every time I make a comment like that, which is why I very rarely comment on any of these boards, unless I'm putting up shit for Red Cup, and I feel bad because guys are like, "Yo, you don't really comment, but all you do is advertise," and it's like, because I don't want to fight with people. Because the minute I say one thing, it's, "Oh, don't like it, don't buy it," and it's like, well, what kind of a fucking argument is that?
Yeah,
we're not even supposed to be having an argument. Now it's don't like it, don't buy it. And it's like, well, how about the fucking thing actually looks like Chris Evans? Like, well, we start there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
companies like Sideshow and Mezco, they got to be real careful how they treat customers. They are not the utility company. They are not the auto insurance companies. We don't have to buy their products. No consumer is obliged to purchase things from them.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I haven't had a problem with, knock on wood, with Sideshow. Like, their customer service customer service has been good. Actually, maybe not on Friday. Friday, it was, I don't know what it was. Maybe it's the Memorial Day weekend. It was a little overwhelming. But I mean, overall, their customer service has been top notch, if not the best, in terms of customer service that I've dealt with. Definitely better than Dell.
Yeah, no, I have nothing but good experiences with Sideshow customers.
Yeah, but going back to with Deke and whatever happened, if anything, it should be left between those guys. Don't bring it out to the community. That's just if you're gonna, I get it, they want to badmouth this guy or whatever, but if anything, I don't know, like, why get us involved? Like, like you're encouraging people that have no idea what the situation is, trying to take your side, and that's not fair.
Rob, what was this guy Deke doing though? Why does he have such a bad reputation?
He could speak to that more than I could. I don't know about this guy too much. I just know that he runs his show like he's Hitler or something.
I don't see it though, because I advertised some of my review videos there, and I don't see him calling me out and saying, "Hey, take down your videos, man." Like,
Mhm.
no,
Are
he
you,
has
talking about are you talking about the Sideshow Collectibles stand?
no 1/6 Society.
Oh, 1/6. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I'm not a member of that group. I only belong to 1/6 Republic, so it's just like whatever.
I'm in both, but I mean, I don't know. I have no quarrels between either one of them. Well, you know, but like I said, like I just want to enjoy their Facebook group and not be involved. I want to talk to other collectors about hot toys and 1/6 scale. I don't want to talk about the quarrels between the both of them. If it doesn't bother me, it doesn't bother me. If doesn't affect me, it doesn't affect me. So
yeah, fair enough. All right, guys. Today's the 45, 43 years,
42.
42 years for A New Hope. What's your favorite? Starting with Baz, going across. Favorite moment from A New Hope.
When Luke kisses his that's in Empire Strikes Back. Because he does get a kiss from his sister though in that, right?
on the cheek.
Okay, close enough. My favorite moment is when Luke blows up the Death Star.
Cool.
And just before that, when Ben is he shuts off the the visor.
Yeah.
And then he just uses the Force, and then he shoots he blows up the Death Star. That's awesome.
Knick-knack?
That's my shit.
Oh, it's my turn. Oh, it's got to be to me. And this goes back to when I was a kid. I've just sort of always related to this scene. It's got to be to me when Luke Skywalker is, he's feeling, helpless and just stuck in his life on his uncle's moisture farm, and he's walking up onto the dune a little bit on the Lars homestead there, and he's gazing off into the binary sunset of Tatooine, and that haunting soundtrack of John Williams just kicks in just right at the right moment. And it's like it just encompasses what Star Wars is that blend of real world grittiness with extraterrestrial nuances in the binary sunset, as it's going down over what was basically Tunisia, but that alone, that special effect alone, put us in a galaxy far, far away, put us on the plains of Tatooine there, and as the breeze kind of hits his hair just a little bit, and he looks up at it, and then he looks down, and you can see that he's feeling the hopelessness of his situation, and that in that moment in time, he feels like he'll never escape, the mundane life that he has. Little does he knows the high adventure that awaits him the next day. That is to me just the best. That is to me is the beginning, the ultimate birth of the hero's journey that was laid out by Joseph Campbell and that George Lucas so eloquently gave to us in Luke Skywalker's story.
Nice. Awesome. Good fucking shit, man. Paradox.
Yeah. Damn. How could I top that, man? Knick-knack. You always paint like you. It's like I feel like every time I hear you talk about Star Wars and you just describing how much you love it, it's like you're painting like a freaking mural, man. It's like beautiful.
You can fap to it.
Yeah.
Bust out the mayonnaise.
Yeah, I usually pull down my pants. My favorite Star Wars scene is probably when you first meet Han Solo. It was just something about Solo that you just got drawn to. It was his, wittiness, his charm, and just him just talking about like parsecs, and I don't know. It was just the who shot first, Greedo, and so which I always thought Solo shot first, but yeah, it's crazy, man. That and probably the trench run is probably like I know I'm supposed to pick one, but those are my two favorite Star Wars scenes from A New Hope.
Nice. And I'm going to go with what James Belkhead wrote, the delivery of Anakin's lightsaber to Luke by Obi-Wan when they're sitting in Obi-Wan's hut. And Obi-Wan gets to wax poetic about times past, which is weird because we're watching a movie for the first time and he's talking about something that had happened years earlier. And it's almost like, damn, this is awesome. But that shit sounds really fucking awesome too. Little did we know. I'm kidding. But
Yeah.
I just thought that when he handed him his father's heirloom over to him, I thought that was really cool. It was nice to see them just kind of hanging out and having a nice personal moment together. And I think it explained Obi-Wan's character perfectly, and he was my favorite character in that movie to begin with too. So I kind of really dug that.
Yeah, and also that scene where Obi-Wan was fighting Darth Vader, and then explosions was happening in the back, and
Oh Christ!
Oh wait, that was the more recent video, right?
That fucking thing was retarded. That was the worst thing I've ever seen, bro.
Why?
It was. You know what? It looked great. It looked fucking cool as hell, man.
You gotta
take it. Really, just like, what the fuck is this?
Obi-Wan would have busted his hip in that damn thing.
No, but I mean, well, you would say that about Yoda, like Yoda challenged the Force and like was doing somersaults and flips all throughout Dooku, right?
I hated that shit too.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
That was that's
video game crap.
Oh yeah, but that was his thing. Like that's how he fought. And
look, man, it looked awesome. But what I draw the line was when people were saying, "Oh, this should be re-edited back into the old movie." I'm like, man, fuck you. Enough with this.
No, I mean, I think re-editing it back to just to see how it looks, but it's gonna look off. That's gonna be for sure, because everything looks like the 70s all the way to that scene where, if that was the case, you have to redo the whole movie again. Basically, and you're not going to do that.
When you do something over the top like that, I think there's something lost in the subtletyness of like the samurai duel that they have, or the fencing fight that they have. There's something in the subtle fencing / samurai battle that they're having, and the bantering, having all that flashy shit go on takes away from the dialogue they're having, and it takes a moment that's down here and it's supposed to draw you in, and it just blows you away with all this other crazy shit. And it's like, stop distracting me with all this fucking flashing light.
It overloads your suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just too modernized for that movie, obviously. But in terms of fighting styles, like it really followed, Form 5, like Darth Vader's Form 5, when he was just like doing one-handed, lightsaber slashes and stuff like that. You see Obi-Wan more defensive, like he always is. He's always been a defensive fighter. He's got Form 3, I believe. Damn it, Knick-Knack. Do you remember what the Form 3 is?
Oh, I don't have that in front of me, man. Yeah, I don't know.
I forgot the name of it, but yeah, it's really like it. The people that did this scene really did their research about the forms and how Darth Vader is supposed to fight. He's more of an aggressive attacker, and that's how he always was. Even as Anakin, you see the fight between Anakin and Obi. Luke was against the fence. It was always Obi-Wan. Anakin was always the aggressive fighter.
I agree. Let me break in for a second, and I totally respect what Rob's saying as far as I really like when he mentioned the samurai element of it and the subtle nuances of the fight and all of that, and I get that. But that said, I watched that scene and my pants were wet, guys.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why. First of all, as you guys know, I am Revenge of the Sith. That scene itself, the way they cut it, was a huge love letter to Revenge of the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
And in that regard, I loved it. What I always thought was awkward, and I'm going to go back to when I was a kid watching A New Hope after watching The Empire Strikes Back, and this is even before, and especially even after Return of the Jedi, was how stilted and wooden that original lightsaber duel was between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. I'm not even talking about the prequels here because they didn't exist yet. I'm talking about my perspective as a child seeing those. I was 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, and even when I watched those films in college at nauseum before the prequels came out, I always thought that scene looked like shit, and it was because it was the first one, and there's exemption. I always excused it for that because it's the first one, and you go back and you read George Lucas's noted screenplays and how they talk about his initial concept for how he thought lightsabers were, and he kind of told what he told David Prowse and Alec Guinness on set was that these lightsabers they're like heavy English broadswords. They're very heavy, and as you know,
both hands.
Yeah, and as you know, that changed. Even in The Empire Strikes Back, they got David Prowse out of there. I like David Prowse is great when Darth Vader is standing like a statue or walking around. He's great. but David Prowse was a statue. They put Bob Anderson, a noted fenceman and stuntman, in that Darth Vader suit, starting in The Empire Strikes Back and in Return of the Jedi, and the whole like tone and feel of those fencing, of those fight scene sequences was so much superior. And you actually saw Darth Vader, jump off the platform in Bespin as Luke fell down the stairs, and Darth Vader like leaps at him like this bat, like this giant demonic bat. And there were so many more elements, and then of course in the fight scene in Jedi, when Luke finally just unloads on Vader, when Vader's tempting him by turning his sister to the dark side, and just the power and anguish, and you just don't see that in that episode 4 fight scene. And that episode 4 fight scene should have been like that, because you had Darth Vader, who literally spent 20 years of his life OCDing and brooding, and all that anger building up about how he felt about his former master. And the guys who did that set, yes, there were some wonky CG moments in there, but hey, they didn't have millions of dollars to work with. There was some wonkiness in there. There was one scene where Vader does like a 360 twirl that I wasn't real a fan of, but what they did encapsulate was the anger and the power, and the fact that Vader didn't want to just beat Obi-Wan. He wanted to fucking murder him at that point. And they nailed it. So in that respect, it was absolutely beautiful, and that's why I loved it.
I love how you paint that painting of yours, man. Beautiful. It's like a synchronized swimming, man. It's just like, even though like you just can't take your eyes off of it.
Thanks, man.
But that was, yeah, I totally agree. Hey, listen, it was a fun. It was just for fun. People have to realize that no one's editing that into A New Hope. It's just for fun. Have fun with it. Just watch it. Enjoy it.
As a fun standalone thing, I thought it was cool. I thought it makes sense for modern movie. It bothered the whole modern movie storytelling aspect of it. Bothered me, having to have the fight take place across, like, where he's throwing him and he's slamming into the wall and shit, and Vader coming with like these overhand rights. It seemed like too
over the
much.
top.
It seemed too over the top. Whereas I kind of like, I'm a nostalgia guy, and I'm sticking to what I said previously, but I do understand what Nick Knack's saying with the whole them going from broadsword fighting to more fencing style and all that shit. Like, I get it totally.
I did like when Vader threw that punch, though, because it was very like it was a
fuck you moment.
It was a throwback to Anakin's fighting style. It really was.
It was a bit like eat my fist, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But what Nick Knack's saying, it was Anakin's fighting style, like the Form 5, and punches in kicks can be thrown, and like there was drop kicks thrown in Revenge of the Sith.
That said, there's room for everyone, really. My favorite scene from Star Wars Rebels, and there aren't a lot of favorite scenes. I really didn't like that show that much because they made the Empire look like a bunch of Keystone Cops. But the one scene in that show that was amazing was Darth Maul and Obi-Wan fight scene, because it was so
brief. That was great.
Right out of a samurai movie. It was amazing. So you can have it. You can have both ways on this too.
Yeah. And people didn't like that because it was too fast. They were expecting, you can't please everyone. Let's just put it that way. Especially with a Star Wars fan.
In that situation, it was perfect because Darth Maul really wasn't a Sith Lord anymore, and Obi-Wan was, I loved it. I loved it.
Actually, and I watched a breakdown of the fight. Basically, Maul was trying to do the same move he did on Qui-Gon Jinn to Obi-Wan. And Obi-Wan knew. And you see when Obi-Wan goes from this, pointing his hands, to more of a defensive stance. That's when like, all right. And there's so much I could go more into it. I don't want to take up a lot of people's time here, but it was a great scene. And
didn't Phantom Menace, Obi-Wan had more of a like aggressive style, right?
Yeah, he had, but he was just a Padawan, and he perfected, I think, Form 3 at that point. Damn, if I could name.
I liked that originally when you turned on a lightsaber, it meant your ass. So I like that Maul versus Obi-Wan fight in the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
I like that quick deadly. Like that's why I like. And I'm trying not to harken back to this, but I guess I have to. The original fight in episode 4. It seemed like when they were just standing there, and even though it was like stiff and kind of clunky, the fighting when they were facing off against each other. That's Obi-Wan and Vader. It felt to me like if one person fucks up, they're dead. So they're just kind of like, really just testing each other out a little bit. It's more of like a showdown, like with pistols. Who's gonna draw first? What do I do? Like, is he gonna?
They're feeling each other out.
They're feeling each other out, like, and there's more tension as opposed to just all out fucking ballerina fighting.
Well,
I kind of just felt like it was an unathletic bodybuilder fighting an old man.
Yeah, but the thing is, because of, like I said, because of the fighting style. I mean, I think that's why I'm more into, I don't know, like that kind, because there are forms of fighting in Star Wars, and it's not like, oh, someone made it up, and no, they actually, if you look at it, they actually. They have these forms, and they actually do it in the movies and in the cartoons.
Yeah, no, you see it.
And Dooku has a certain ballerina. He has form 4. Mace Windu is the biggest, baddest one out of all of them in terms of lightsaber fighting style. He's got like form 7, and he uses some of the dark side to actually channel that fighting style. I mean, I don't want to get into back into it, but like I said, it's not for everyone. For me, I just thought that New Hope was okay, but it was because of that time. No one really had like a stunt coordinator helping them with their fight scenes. They were like, okay, well, go at it.
Right.
What's beautiful too about Star Wars, guys, is that we're all entitled to our own headcanon, because it's a mythology. At the end of the day, it's a mythology, and it's like it's like when people gathered around the fireplace in ancient times, and the soothsayer came out and the storyteller came out to tell a story, and he could tell it 6 different ways on 6 different nights, and it's all good because it's all the same story that everyone loved. But it was, that's what Star Wars is. That's what Star Wars represents.
Yeah, man. No, it's 100%, man. And this is like our little campfire here, between
Exactly.
us, the guys in the chat and shit. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Switching gears pretty quickly, I do want to wind the show down, though. Anybody have an opinion on Robert Pattinson being the new Batman? And is he going to be the new Batman, or is this just a bunch of bullshit?
I heard he's the leading man to be Batman, but I don't know, man. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. I don't see it.
I liked Ben Affleck after being like the number one vocal, like fuck this guy as Batman. When I remember when Ben Affleck was announced, we were like ready to commit suicide, me and my friends, and he wound up being the best things about the new DC movies. So to go from that to a Robert Pattinson Batman, I don't know. Like, I hear Robert Pattinson is apparently a really good actor now. I never seen any of the Twilight movies. I had no reason to ever see them. He seems a little skinny to me. He seems a little, more on the frail side. I guess he can get ripped, and kind of like be more of like the Jim Aparo, Neil Adams type Batman. But I don't know. I at this point, it's like, would he be my choice? No, but they need a younger Batman. So whatever.
At this point, I don't argue anymore. I mean, hey, look, guys, I was back there in 1988, and I remember them saying, holy shit, they casted Mr. Mom as Batman?
Yeah.
That's jacked up. And I remember being back there in 2006 before The Dark Knight came out, and I remember walking through Target with my good buddy Uncle Pat, who's on my show all the time, and we're talking about Heath Ledger. He's like, that pretty boy douchebag from 10 Things I Hate About You's the Joker? What the fuck? So, hey, man, I'm all about it. I have just a wait and see approach to all these things. I've heard he's a good actor. I haven't seen a lot of his stuff. I did watch one Twilight film. I went with my wife, and I swear to God, I wanted to kill myself in the theater.
Same.
But it's a wait and see. I hate people that come out and just shit all over something before it's even made. I really hate that. So, I'm not going to be that person.
For me,
I think all the negativity is like attached to him being in Twilight. And if you look on YouTube, type in Robert Pattinson hates Twilight. In all his interviews, he disses the hell out of it. So he doesn't even like it himself. And honestly, he has the look. He's over 6 foot tall. He has dark brown hair. He has like this kind of like broody kind of face. So, and he's an actor, and he'll do his job. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't know. One thing I'm just disliking about DC right now is that they're so inconsistent. What the hell is going on with DC? Now they're first Cyborg movie's done, Flash movie is done. They're not doing that ever again with that actor. They're making this Batman movie. They made a Joker movie. There's like it seems like now like they disregarded the DCEU and they're just pumping out movies that are just standalone movies. And I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I feel like after I guess Justice League, the debacle with that is just I don't know. It's a free fall now, and it's a shame because they have like one of the best franchises and best characters, and hopefully someday that they could put everything together and come up with an awesome storyline that could lead up to
that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen until Warner Brothers gives DC their own film division the way Disney did with Marvel.
Well, look, the streaming service is fucking excellent, man.
I heard it's gone.
No, that was a rumor.
Oh,
no, you got Swamp Thing coming in. I think next weekend they're gonna debut Swamp Thing. Did anybody see that trailer?
Yeah, I saw it. That looks good, man.
Dope. It
looks like a legit horror movie.
Moore. Yeah. It's legit Alan Moore style.
And Doom Patrol, I finished the 15 episode season the other day, and it was excellent. There's nothing like it. So I think they're concentrating on the streaming service right now, and they're doing a good job of that. So, and there's always the animated movies. Whatever, let Marvel have the cinema for now. And they're gradually building back up. I think they're changing the tone from the DCEU. I mean, Shazam is more of a family-friendly movie. You're gonna have Wonder Woman. That was a good movie. You're gonna have Wonder Woman 84 next year, and then what's next? Joker. The Joker's gonna be like friggin' Oscar-worthy type movie.
I'm still bummed. I really wanted to see, and I'll never see it. I really wanted to see a Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Batman, Superman buddy movie. I really wanted to see that.
Yeah.
I mourn the fact that we probably will never see that.
Yeah.
No, not at all at this point, man. It's kind of whack.
Not Ben Affleck. I think you'll see Cavill though. Cavill will stay in the role.
I hope so. I didn't. You know what? When I first saw Man of Steel, I went and saw it with my son and my dad, and we saw it in 3D. And I've never seen a 3D movie since. I hate 3D. I honestly felt like someone had put a trash can over my head and banged on it for 2.5 hours walking out of that movie. And I really didn't enjoy it. And I also had so much bias to the Richard Donner vision of Superman, the crystalline, sterile Krypton and all that. And I went back and revisited it when it came out on DVD, 6-8 months later. And I got to tell you, no movie in my life has grown on me more and more and more like Man of Steel has. So I would really like to see that get more expanded on.
I saw that on mushrooms in IMAX. I felt like I was at a concert. It was like this epic event type concert thing, like with just amazing visuals. Yeah, I loved it. It was different than the Christopher Reeve version, but they tried that. They brought it back with Superman Returns. Nobody bought into it, so they went another route. They went the Dark Knight route with Superman.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, man. I tell you, the Warner Brothers makes me laugh because they do a movie like Aquaman and it makes $1 billion, and the fucking movie was awesome. And it's like, oh, they greenlit the sequel. It'll be out in 2024. What? Like
2024?
2023 or 2024 or something. It's like, do we really give a fuck in 5 years from now? Like Marvel had it right, man. Every 2 years, bang, every 2 years, keeping this shit fresh, keeping it in the public eye, constantly going.
Well,
so I don't understand how you can have a hit like that and then go, yeah, it's great. We'll see you in 5 years.
I want to
maybe those two companies can't do that. Maybe Marvel, by them doing that, is kind of like flooding the market. And DC kind of has to like stretch it out a little bit more, like because then they're going to be compared to Marvel all the time.
Yeah,
too much.
but I don't know. They'll be compared to Marvel if they did it like they have the Marvel humor, which they're apparently they're trying to do with like like the recent Aquaman movie. I thought that was like it felt like a little bit of like Marvel with the like the humor and stuff. But for me, like they have like the animated movies I love, like the Death of Superman. I don't know if you guys watched that. That was awesome. You know?
I liked it too.
Yeah, that was really good. And they show Dark Side and you're like, "Oh man, I want to see more." So I don't know. I'll send the link to you guys off chat and where Kevin Smith kind of revealed what was in line for Justice League 2 and 3 and how it was connecting to Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, I read that article. I heard about
or the YouTube video. You saw that one?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
that was
dope shit.
oh my goodness. I was like, oh, if they just
You
got
gotta
their shit together and they did that, I think that would have definitely rivaled Endgame and like
if if Warner Brothers is smart, they create the DC movie division and put who's the animated series Bruce Timm, put him in charge of the fucking movies the way Kevin Feige is in charge of Marvel, and just give that guy a fucking ton of money to run the goddamn movie division.
Yeah. And Kevin Feige, when he even said it, like when he took that role for Marvel, he was like, all right, this is what we're gonna do, and we need to plan this out thoroughly so that like we're gonna have this, we're gonna have that, and how it's all gonna connect towards like our end game, which is literally no pun intended, the end game was Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just hope, man, because I'm a Marvel fan more than a DC fan, but I really love DC. If I show you like the stack of comic books I have, it's mostly DC. I don't read any Marvel comic books now because I think that DC does it a lot better. DC's got the characters, DC's got the storylines. Why not do it, man?
Yeah.
Come on.
No, I'm with you there, man. Me and Baz talk about that shit all the time. It's like Marvel has the movies and DC has the animation and the comics. That's it.
Yeah, just need the movie division,
Yeah.
Well, it's like DC has the animated, the movies and all that stuff. But I mean, Marvel puts out some decent animated stuff. It's just they're never going to get the credit DC does. Marvel did it first. They planted their flag in the modern cinema, and they're the kings now. And even if DC does do well, they're still playing second fiddle to Marvel. So I think that's just the status quo, and that's how it's going to be.
I mean, Baz, I totally agree with you. You make a really good point with that. But I think they're shooting themselves in the foot by, all these like, drama behind the scenes, like with Ben Affleck not being, Batman anymore, Henry Cavill not being Superman because of whatever reason. It's like
contract
negotiations. They don't want to pay him or whatever it is, Still.
So what'd you hear about Wonder Woman, Rob? It's like a soft reboot.
A fucking article where it's like a soft reboot where it's like not even a sequel to the first movie, and it's just going to be like a reimagining as if Wonder Woman took place in 1984, like how comics have like a run and then like a new writer comes on and they reboot it again, like a new writer and artist team.
So this is probably their way of getting rid of the DCEU, like Justice League, Man of Steel, and all that stuff, and starting like a new kind of universe, but still using the same actors.
That's kind of weird to me. I think that's going to really be weird
to
the audience goer too.
Oh God, they should have just kept the Flash movie, did like a Flashpoint, reset like the freaking DCEU, and start afresh with new characters.
Yeah, that would have been great. A Flashpoint movie. I heard that Grant Morrison was trying to write it with the actor who's playing the Flash currently. And that, from there, you start the new universe for the Flashpoint film.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
We'll see.
It's frustrating, right?
I want to see Shazam on the Justice League. I want to see like that kind of like character interact with the rest of the group.
Yeah.
But that'll probably happen in another 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
Speaking of Wonder Woman, congrats, Rob, on your statue.
Oh God. Yeah, man. It was good. It was a cool deal. The fucking thing is humongous, man. Those premium formats are just ginormous.
Well, what do you think? Come on, Are we gonna see it on your review or unboxing?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do it. Like, I'll do like a little review on it. And I was thinking about like, because it's been reviewed 100 times, so I was thinking about doing like a generic, like, take like a
Who cares,
mezco
man?
figure, take the premium format, and then take like a Hot Toys figure and go through like the stages of collecting or something like that.
No, you should do a. I mean, regardless, just do a review video through your eyes because this is your first statue, right? So
Yeah, it's true. This is my first statue. Well, I mean, I've had like the smaller, but like Bowen busts and shit. Like I got like I don't know if you guys could see. Let me try to kind of angle that down there for you. But I got like a Doctor Doom down here, a Bowen, and I have the animated layer in R2 and shit. That's actually my wife's. But
yeah, but quarter scale is different. It has like more presence in your collection, right?
Oh, it's massive. It's friggin' massive, man. I mean, the wife saw it was like, "Oh my god, I didn't expect it to be that big." She's like, "But it's so big, I almost."
That's what
feel
she
like,
said.
yeah, well, yeah. Oh my god, it's so
I see
big.
Rob's coughing. Choking
and
up.
then she's like, maybe we should get another one, like, and like put like Superman on the other side of the room.
Dude, if you got wife approval, jump on that, man.
I paid next to nothing for this fucking thing, man, and that's why I got it. I got like such a ridiculous deal on it, like ridiculous deal, that I got it for fucking $220, bro.
Wow.
So like, yeah, that was like, and it was
Like-
nothing wrong with it. There's no paint defects. There's no cracks. Nothing.
Oh, this is used or?
Yeah, this was from another collector.
Oh wow, dude, that's awesome.
I drove to Jersey today and picked it up from a dude from the Batman statue collector, and he knows you guys from.
KJL?
Yeah, I didn't want to say no names because I don't know if guys want to be mentioned.
Oh well, just don't. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, he's an awesome dude, man.
Yeah, he was fucking cool. I spoke to him for like a half hour and stuff. So he was like, "Yeah, I'm moving in another direction with my collection and stuff." So I'm kind of like pushing out all my DC stuff, get rid of a lot of my like he's getting into like bigger statues or something.
No, does he have the Huntress or Black Canary?
No, he got rid of it. This was his last piece. I think he went from 5,000 pieces to 50.
Wow.
He had 5,000 fucking pieces and went down.
Where does he live? Elvis's mansion?
Dude, this was basically the conversation. I was like, all right. He told me that, and I went, so you either live in a monster fucking house or you live like a pack rat. And he was like, no, like, I had a big house, man. He's like, and I sold the house. I moved into another area, and he's like, I condensed my collection. But the statues he's keeping are like the massive, like the Planet Hulk, that fucking ginormous one, and the Juggernaut and stuff. Like, he's a big time Marvel guy. So he's like, oh, I had Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Power Girl, Batgirl. He was telling me all the shit he had. He goes, and this was like my last one. He goes, I didn't even want to really sell it, but I'm a Marvel guy. So I was like, fuck it, man. This was the statue that I've been eyeing since this was like the first statue that I saw. And I was like, oh my God, that's Wonder Woman in my head, how I've always pictured her. And that is perfect. And I never pulled the trigger on it because I didn't want to spend that kind of money on a statue. To me, statues just sit there, man. I like being able to move my shit, I like posing and putting them in different positions.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you too, but I do both. And there's something about a statue, like, and when you walk into a room and you just look, it's like almost like we're looking at like a fish tank, it kind of relaxes. You're like, man, that's awesome. Like for me, I'm like, I don't know, like I just got the more recent Thor, and all I did was like when I was like sitting on my computer, I'll like take it, like I'll play with the hand and just feel like the texturing of the paint. I just admire it. It's just a work of art, know.
Man. Yeah.
So
plus, it's so freaking big that I want to keep my entire collection in front of me. I don't want, like, I know Nick Knack in the archive room, you have like your workout bench, right? So as you're down there like doing shit, whether you're working on like your boiler or hitting the bench, for a little bit, you're enjoying everything around you. Whereas like I have everything in this room that I'm in now behind me, and my couch is over there. So when I'm sitting down watching TV, I see everything. I want to be able to see my shit.
Yeah, that's quintessential with any collection room. I always kind of like, and no disrespect to anybody, of course, but I always kind of wonder about these guys that have just these rooms that are only filled with collectibles. I'm like, what else do you do in there? Because to me, I wouldn't be enjoying it because the only reason to go in there would be to notice you got a dust.
Yeah, you know, or
I-
see if, like, you know, good.
I usually go into my collection room naked and just like
Make snow angels.
and snow angels and just look at my collection.
That's awesome.
I think we just lost half the viewers because of my.
That's cool. Maybe we'll pick up a bunch of chicks next week. All right. So we're gonna end right here, guys. Again, we got the audio working. Huge fucking thumbs up. It's been like about 6 weeks in the making. It was great to have Nick Knack back, my fucking brother from Colorado. Obviously, Baz is like my fucking real brother, and you know whatever. I'll talk to you during the week. And PJ,
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it, man.
always. I got you in the chat now, so you just come on whenever you want and shit. I got you in that group chat. All right. So, and of course, we fucking love everyone in the chat. Make sure you like the video. Thank you for watching and making this fucking awesome and commenting and stuff, guys. I'm sorry we couldn't keep up with all of you guys, but always, you know, much love to you guys and have a great Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy your barbecues, enjoy your family, and, you know, throw a little salute out there when you have your beer on Monday, you know, for everybody that deserves it. Love you all, and I will definitely see you guys next week because there's no communion next week. Little man had his communion last week, so we'll see you. Same bat time, same bat channel, guys.
The future is female.
The new Plastic Planet video is dropping within the next 20 minutes, so check that out after you've watched this video. So new Plastic Planet, case fresh. I got some shit. I did a video, and it's sitting up on my other computer ready to drop. So not to shamelessly plug, but yeah, go so get over on the Plastic Planet. Check it out.
You had Nick Knack recently did a walkthrough of his archive room, and I know there's a part 1 and part 2. I only saw part 1, and he runs through his whole fuck. So if you guys want to see like this crazy ass museum this guy has, go watch that shit. It's awesome. And obviously, Paradox Nerd pretty much reviews Hot Toys before they even fucking come out.
Actually, speaking of Hot Toys, just want to do a shameless plug. Speaking of the Stormtrooper, that Return of the Jedi video. Stormtrooper should be up probably later tonight or tomorrow morning. So definitely, if you guys are in the chat, if you guys want to check that out, the unboxing and review video should be coming up pretty soon on my channel.
Yeah, word. Awesome. Baz, anything you want to say besides females rule the world?
Sure, nah, later.
Last Jedi sucks. Oh, wait. Oh.
Later, Last Jedi sucks, we know. All right. Thank you guys. Later, everybody in the chat. Bye.